Welcome to Rail News Center.
General Rule of Out-of-Turn Allotment of Railway Quarters. 1. Out-of-turn allotment, wherever conceded, should be made strictly on the basis of date of registration in the out-of-turn register to be maintained for the purpose. Placing of an employee in the out-of-turn list, however, is left to the discretion of the competent authority, based on merits of each case. 2. Allotment to persons with disabilities. Handicapped employees' requests from the handicapped persons appointed on the railway under the special schemes should also be entertained for registration in the out-of-turn register on merits of each case, with the due regard to the degree of their disability. 3. Ad hoc allotment on medical grounds. 3.1. Grounds of heart ailment, etc. Heart ailment, having the following symptoms, should be included for ad hoc allotment on medical grounds. The concession should, however, be restricted to self-ailment only, as indicated below. Heart ailment having symptoms of grade 3 and grade 4, which includes serious disabilities like angina grade 3 and 4 or congested cardiac failure grade 3 and 4 or malignant hypertension with symptoms of grade 3 and 4. 3.2. On other medical grounds, with regard to eligibility for ad hoc allotment on other medical grounds, such as pulmonary TB and cancer, illness of parents and other members of the family should be excluded. Only the illness of the government servant himself and/or members of his/her family, that is wife, husband and the children, should alone be considered for the concession of ad hoc allotment on these two grounds. Note: existing 5% reservation of vacancies in general pool for ad hoc allotment on medical grounds and physical handicap would continue. 4. Territorial Army personnel. A. All the railway personnel serving in the Railway Engineers Group units, Territorial Army, should be treated as essential staff for the purpose of allotment of railway accommodation. B. From amongst the unhoused Territorial Army personnel, some of the smarter employees who show leadership and enthusiasm in Territorial Army may be given preference over other Territorial Army personnel in allotment of quarters out of turn. Such allotments, however, should not exceed 10% of the unhoused Territorial Army personnel, subject to minimum of 5 at bigger stations. C. In assessing the suitability of such out-of-turn allotments, the recommendation of the commanding officer of the Territorial Army units should be treated as final. 5. Out-of-turn allotment, employee to son-daughter dependent. Requests from eligible dependents, specified relations of retired railway employees, and of deceased railway employees who are appointed on compassionate grounds, may be considered by the competent authority only on cases where the compassionate appointments have been made within the prescribed period of 24 months. In case the compassionate appointee had remained in occupation of the railway accommodation unauthorizedly beyond the permitted period, that in itself would not confer any right in favor of the compassionate appointee in the matter of regularization of the railway accommodation in his/her name. Further, The Railway Administration should also initiate eviction proceedings soon after the prescribed period for retention of accommodation is over. The special dispensation allowed in favor of the eligible wards of retired deceased employees and their scope is to be confined only to such of the wards as are regular employees. Thus, the casual labor and the substitutes with or without temporary status are excluded from their scope. The requests are to be considered as under A. When a railway employee who has been allotted railway accommodation retires from service or dies while in service, his/her son, daughter, unmarried or married, wife, husband or father may be allotted railway accommodation on out-of-turn basis provided that the said relation was a railway employee eligible for railway accommodation and had been sharing accommodation with the retiring or deceased railway employee for at least 6 months before the date of retirement or death and had not claimed HRA during that period. The same residence might be regularized in the name of the eligible relation if he/she was eligible for a residence of that type or higher type. In other cases, a residence of the entitled type or a type next below is to be allotted. B. Requests for out-of-turn allotment of railway accommodation from the eligible dependents specified relations of deceased railway employees who are appointed on compassionate grounds may be considered of the deceased railway employee, minimum being type 1 and restricting the allotment up to type 4, failing which type 4 special or the entitled category of accommodation to the compassionate appointee, whoever is higher, subject to fulfilling the laid down conditions. This will be applicable to all Group ABC, including erstwhile Group D, railway employees. C. Provided that in case where the retiring employee, including those who take voluntary retirement, or any member of his family, owns a house in the place of his/her posting, the specified relative will not be eligible for allotment of railway quarter on out-of-turn basis. D. In case of appointment on compassionate grounds, railway accommodation may be regularized where such appointee possessing minimum educational qualification undergoes induction training provided other conditions regarding eligibility etc. are fulfilled. It is, however, clarified that such an allotment shall be purely temporary, and on ad hoc basis, provided such induction training is regularized as regular appointment in due course. In case the trainee employee fails to qualify in the final examination and is subsequently discharged from service, his/her allotment of quarter shall be cancelled. E. In the event, a quarter belonging to a particular pool is allotted to the eligible dependent of an employee on out-of-turn basis on retirement death of an employee who was having a quarter in another pool, thereby causing a shortfall in the quota of quarter in that pool, the deficiency so caused in that pool of quarters should be made good at the earliest available opportunity, in order that the balance is restored at the earliest. Thanks for watching video.